Thank you, Craig. We got hit hard here in America by the TikTok ban. Do you know that TikTok, it surprised everyone. You know, we got the law that was passed, and then it was supposed to go dark, I think midnight this morning. But it went dark early, and a message popped up on TikTok that said a law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok now. And it happened a day early. Get this message. And then it was triumphantly restored. And there was much rejoicing. I know people who were really, really upset about the TikTok ban.
I'm sure.
And I think that a lot of businesses, there were news stories written about how this is going to affect certain businesses because they depend on TikTok for their publicity. Young people, obviously, this is sounding so grandpa, right? Young people love the TikTok. Everyone is addicted to TikTok, basically. And so Trump does a change of direction, and he now wants TikTok to remain open, and then TikTok restored service ahead of his inauguration. Trump signaled that he wanted to give an additional 90 days. He was doing an executive order, which I don't understand. I know nothing about government, but if it's a law that goes into effect, how do you do the executive order that extends it? Maybe that's always been the case. Like a president can suspend a law for 90 days.
I'm not sure how that works, but for those who are really concerned about what he may do as president, it makes me think that what we've always thought, that you have some who will go to his closest advisors to say, look, I know you've always been against TikTok, but here are millions of jobs. Here's billions in revenue. This will have an effect on our economy. Explain the whole thing about this helped you get elected, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, because the billions in revenue doesn't go here, right?
No, I think for American businesses, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, that it would help the American business.
Yeah.
I was thinking the money that goes to TikTok.
And not just...
Which of course, the whole issue was that China owns it, and we're worried that it's a national security threat.
Right.
Was the original argument for why we wanted to ban TikTok, or at least require it to be sold to a much more secure owner.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Leary from Shark Tank, I think, was one of the ones.
Yeah,
teamed up with somebody and offered a $20 billion cash buyout of it.
And apparently he got meetings with Biden and Trump.
Kevin Leary did? Yeah. Well, the CEO of TikTok will be at President-elect Trump's inauguration today with prime seating. So I think this is actually a brilliant move by Trump to reverse face on the TikTok ban, because I think that this is an issue that a lot of Americans care about. And I get people being concerned about TikTok. I'm concerned about it. I think it's rotted our brains. And I think that having the Chinese government, we will click any agree to terms just to get our shoot the amusement in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
TikTok, take 3 hours of my day, quick.
I need to see the fireworks in the guy's pants again.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah,
that's what we want. And so I totally understand that. But at the same time, if you want to be a populist president, you do populist things like this. And I think he won over a lot of fans of people who aren't politically active, really young, don't have the right to vote yet. And maybe we'll never vote for him unless he can somehow extend it into a third term and get everything changed to where he can run again for office. But I think that this is I think this seems really engineered, and they obviously had a deal for this kind of stagecraft to have the ban come early, and then it looks like he does something to make it go away and people get their TikTok back. Because there was much rejoicing.
Yeah. Seems to me like many decisions, maybe most decisions that companies make or politicians make, it's extremely short-sighted. What am I going to do right now to keep money flowing there to keep my popularity at this level, and they don't think about the long-term ramifications that it's going to have on our citizens, our country. It is brain rot. That's the number one reason I think TikTok should go away. Is a busy mind is an unhappy mind, and our minds are made busier by things like TikTok.
The problem is, where do you draw the line? That's what we want. I mean, you can't.
I know.
There's only so much saving us from ourselves that we can do.
It's an impossible task to try to save us from ourselves. You can try. I would like to see our leaders try, but in the end, we're doomed anyway, so I guess have fun on the way down.
We want the freedom to destroy ourselves. That's what we want. Another thing that he's announced is that, and the inauguration is today. It's been moved indoors due to the cold.
Why?
And so it starts today at 11, I think.
I think so.
Is that, which time zone is that, though?
I think that's ours. Noon, Washington. Is
an
that when it
11-hour
starts?
time, or is it 11 Washington time, and then
4010?
4010 is the answer I'm getting in my ear right now from my producer George Donovan. Another thing that President-elect Trump has said is that he will release classified documents in the coming days related to the assassinations of RFK, MLK, which it's MLK Day today, and JFK.
What more do you have to say?
Okay, all right. So this is interesting. Now, Trump has said that he would do this before throughout his, I mean, he had several times that he talked about it, but I know during his, between 2017 and 2021, he talked about releasing the files and got close to it, but ultimately he bowed to pressure from the CIA and the FBI to keep a significant chunk of those documents that have not been released, to keep them still under wraps.
Sounds like Gordo's about to get served, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
I would welcome it. I honestly would. That's the thing. I'm not committed to the lone gunman theory.
But based on the info we have,
yeah, just the
info
evidence is just like calling it like it is based on the evidence is like, okay, there's clearly a conclusion here that you can come to that makes the most sense and fits the most evidence. And if they come out with evidence that shows that there was a wide conspiracy or even a small conspiracy, then I would totally eat that up. I'm all about the evidence of it.
I believe you would, but I also would like to argue that you're not committed to the lone gunman theory when you bathe in his bathtub every week.
Bathe in his bathtub every week. I don't even know who is he. I can't even really make any connections here.
LHO.
And I would think you would dread this because it doesn't have to be flawless evidence. It just needs to be a few more fires to stamp out. And you as a lone gunman theorist are going to have about 187 new fires to stamp out when this info comes out.
You're right in the sense of that is one of the problems. If it says that these new documents come out, it says we investigated a group of individuals who threatened to kill President Kennedy. They were located in Portland at the time. And this is new information and we had never heard it before. Then people will be like, did you see the new Kennedy documents?
Portland.
They found it was a group in Portland. And you're like, no, it's not exactly what those files said. It said that they investigated a group in Portland.
No. It said they held the gun for Oswald.
You're right in that they'll try to move the ball much further along than it really is. So, yes, but that's okay. We can get around that. We can keep talking through it. But I've always thought, and I think this is the case, is that the FBI and CIA don't want some stuff released because they were doing some shady stuff. I don't think that they were involved in the Kennedy thing. I think it actually is somewhat unrelated to the Kennedy stuff that's in these documents, programs that we had that they don't want. With the tensions in the world right now, perhaps they don't want stuff out that could ignite those into wildfires. I mean, why would Trump bow to anyone on anything? And yet he did the first time around when the FBI and CIA got him and said, hey, look, this is what you're talking about. Wow. So I don't know.
Maybe that stuff won't come out.
it's interesting to me, and if there's any president that is able to push through all that resistance and get it released, it's absolutely Trump, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's scared of the FBI or the CIA.
Or Russia, for that matter.
Or Russia, right. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that story, whether this was something that he was saying. But why would he say this in the lead up to his inauguration? It's not like the TikTok thing, which is you save TikTok, you're going to be loved by hundreds of millions of people. Mm-hmm. You say that you're going to release some RFK, JFK, and MLK files, and you've made probably 20,000 people really interested.
Could you wildly speculate on what you think might be in those documents that could start an international conflict?
I think it may be groups that we had infiltrated in Russia at the time.
That killed KGB.
Some of our spy
something.
stuff, yeah. Some of that.
But if that is in there, do you think Trump could soften it when Putin calls by saying, hey, did you know there's a new cheese-filled crust at Pizza Hut?
It's wonderful.
What is this now? Wait, you're telling me that the cheese, you're not just talking about on top of pizza.
In the crust?
Inside crust? Who conjured this black magic? It sounds delicious.
Okay, back to the topic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
So if that's in there, does that mean then that Russia was in on killing Kennedy? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm talking about some things that we had been doing in Russia
like
that
on the
Russia
periphery
was
of
not even aware of, and there'd be speculation. Well, was Oswald in this group, or do we know if Oswald was in our group of secret spies over there? Is there anything to this, him having a connection to that? And maybe that's in a memo or something like that. Then
that doesn't necessarily have to do with the assassination. Mm-hmm. It's all the operations of the CIA.
Yeah, it's exposing operations, other things that we were doing and involved in,
and even though
we don't want out now.
Both countries were doing the same thing. We just don't have official documentation that they were also doing it to us, but we can be giving them this official documentation
right.
that we did it to them.
Right. It may be something that we've been denying for a long time ever happened.
Right.
And we'd be telling on ourselves. But yes. And hey, if it is stuff about how, here's the memo where Johnson is filling out the form. Do you want sick leave or an assassination ordered? And he checked assassination ordered. Mm-hmm. And then who would you like assassinated? And he filled in John Fitzgerald, and he crossed out Fitzgerald because he misspelled it and just put F, and then Kennedy, and his paperwork of ordering the assassination.
Because the vice president does have that power.
Right. Right. If we get the paper trail that leads to somebody, I think that's great, and I want more evidence to come out. I'd love all of it to come out.
And have the world end next week.
I just want I don't want the world to end, but I do want it all to come out, because I get tired of the shell game that conspiracy theorists play and there's still documents that haven't been. It's in the next round of documents that they would release.
Right.
Because that's been going on for forever. Mm-hmm. Every time they want a huge document dump, they'll say, oh, it's coming out. It'll be in this stuff. We fought for it to get released. The stuff gets released, and then, well, it's not in this stuff, but it's in the other stuff that they still got. And then we keep going and keep going and keep going.
Well, we'll see. Maybe at noon, you're blown away by what is released.
Hey, bring it on. Wonderful.
All right, Gordo, thank you. That's the ODEC.
What song is that?
The ELO.
What is it?
Mr. Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh, okay. All right. So we've got cold weather. Man, I don't think I warmed up the whole ride in. Like, I was wearing a jacket inside the car. I had seat warmers on. Very fancy. Mm-hmm.
Boy, that is.
Very fancy. Although I don't have a heated steering wheel. Do you guys have a heated steering wheel? George raising his hand.
Yeah, I believe I do.
But you don't know how to turn it on?
No.
That's another one of the stupid conveniences of a car that I rolled my eyes at until I drove one for a while. I don't know whether there's a rental or something like that. And I thought, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
I swear to you, like every advancement in car technology I thought was stupid, dumb, go away, unnecessary, or just kind of like, oh, that's so lazy. Mm-hmm. And then you experience it for a while, and then it's like, it's really good. I like Thing. Thing is good.
Something about me that will drive you crazy, Gordo. When I get a new car, I will spend 30 to 45 minutes setting it up, trying to figure it all out. And if I can't figure it out in that 45-minute window, I will then drive it for the next 5 years without ever learning anything more about it.
Oh, gosh, that drives me nuts. I bet you George is kind of the same way.
I guess the thing that would drive you crazy is I don't spend 30 to 40 minutes. I spend about 3 or 4 and learn it over about 3 or 4 years. Oh, that's what that thing does. Okay, cool.
But yeah, I don't have a heated steering wheel, which is such a nice feature. Mm-hmm. Hey, heated seats are pretty darn nice too.
Yeah. Booty warmers.
Yeah, and they also have, some vehicles have the air-conditioned seats too. George is raising his hand on that. Dang. Yeah, well, you got that fancy truck. Mm-hmm. It is so ridiculous the way that trucks are so nice now.
I know.
I don't have the AC seats. Mm-hmm. I just have the taint toaster.
No.
That's not
that is the
what
most
they
callous.
listed on the option package.
That's the most callous. Hey, now it's even gotten, because I also have a manual air conditioner. So everything has to be set, right? To turn it to heat, you have to actually move the dial or the thing all the way to heat. It's none of this set the temperature where you want it, and the car will adjust to fan speed. It will adjust the damper for the heat coming off the engine. It'll do all that for you. It's not automated at all. And now that's a real hardship to me.
I was going to say, but your car is not that old.
I know, but it's just not a high-level trimmed car. But you know what I'm talking about, the ones that you have a thermostat. Yeah. You just set it what you want it. Mm-hmm. You want it 72, and it'll just do it, and you just leave it on that for months at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't have that at all. Anyway, very cold this morning, and I'm excessively worried about rodents staying in my car at night for the warmth and chewing up all my cables, since I just had to pay so much to get that fixed, that I've been leaving the car hood open at night to let the heat dissipate real quick, so don't give rodents any warmth. Mm-hmm. Is that rude of me to do to them? Should I not be protecting
I
Bambi and all
liars.
his wildlife friends?
No.
Okay. So it was, what, 25 today? This morning?
23 right now at DFW.
Holy mackerel. That's cold. Probably doesn't sound like anything to you, George, seeing as how you grew up in it.
No, I still feel it.
Over 175 million people across our country are under some form of cold weather alert. And the mid-Atlantic and Northeast ready for another round of rain and snow. Today is bitterly cold. We have this Arctic air mass. A word I always said wrong for forever. I always said Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
Arctic. I think I still do.
Uh-oh. Do you? Houston, Texas is going to experience record snowfall.
How about that?
That's crazy to me.
Haven't they already closed the airports down there?
Yeah, they closed the airport. The Houston Independent School District, the HISDA, they've closed. They had Michael Irvin. They had to fly him down to a private airport since the public one's closed. And
I wish a Houston radio station would do that. What would the reaction in Houston be?
At 8:40, we're going to try to tune into a Houston radio station to
see what it sounds like.
They say that these snow totals will place this one as the most substantial snowfall event in the history of Greater Houston.
Wow. Yeah, they don't get it much down there. That will paralyze that city.
Yeah, Houston won't know what to do.
No. We handle it really well.
We handle it really well, but it's going to hit Houston,
Right.
and they're not even going to know how to zone their town. With businesses
they don't know how to do that anyway.
Oh. Well, it's going to be cold also in Washington, D.C. today, here on MLK Day, which also is Inauguration Day. And this is when President-elect Donald Trump will take the oath of office and become president for the second time. He's not doing it outside, however. He's going to be doing it inside the Capitol Rotunda.
Why?
which only holds 600 people. So anyone who had made travel plans and bought their plane tickets and hotel reservations up there, you're not going to be able to see him in person. But I think they're opening up the credit card center, Capital One Arena. Mm-hmm. So you can watch it live in there. And he said that he's going to go over there after the service and maybe talk to the people over there. And it holds 20,000 people, I think.
Break out in some dance moves.
Now, I don't know, and usually, thousands of people line the route from the Capitol to the White House because the president usually makes that trip after he's sworn in, and there's all kinds of bands and stuff that usually play that. So I don't know whether they're going to be part of the post-inauguration rally that he may have inside the Capital One Arena. Maybe those marching bands will get a chance to perform there. But it's been a while. It's been a minute. Do you like it when people say that? It's been a minute. Good to see you again. It's been a minute. But it's been a while since they did it in the Capitol Rotunda. Reagan was the last one to do it in 1985 for his second term. And I think the temperatures when Reagan did it were down to 7 degrees outside.
Yeah, they say in the afternoon, the wind chill was minus 20 outside that day.
In 85?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Now, JFK's was very cold. Of course, today, when Trump will be doing it, it's going to be around 22 degrees. And that is the exact temperature, I believe, that it was when JFK got out there with this. And he wasn't wearing like a top coat or anything. JFK was doing the Tony Romo no sleeves thing in tribute to Tony Romo.
Laughing by a space heater minutes later.
No, JFK wasn't spotted laughing by a space heater during his inauguration. And he was out there with his cold breath filling the air with his big old fake teeth.
That's not what you get over your country. Instead, we put a man on the moon and do the other things.
I think he did the other things speech.
Speeches
I know. Didn't he do the other things speech at like TCU or something?
Houston. Rice Stadium.
Oh, Rice.
We choose to do that and the other things.
Why does Rice play Texas? That's that whole thing, yeah.
And why does rice boil at such a low temperature? And
Anyway, it was JFK talk there for you. But today is the inauguration. You guys going to watch it? You get your popcorn ready?
Yeah, I'll probably watch some of it. I like to watch all of these, no matter who's being inaugurated.
It's historic. How many presidents have we had that served non-consecutive terms? Only just one other?
Yep.
And that was the...
Cleveland?
Roosevelt Taft.
Cleveland!
Roosevelt Taft, I think it was. Grover Cleveland.
It's good to be back, everybody.
There he is. There's Grover Cleveland. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. How are things up there in Cleveland?
You know.
For an ex-president, all right?
Not bad. No.
Good. What else you got going on? You got anything to promote?
Bye-bye.
Okay. See you later. There you go. Instant character for everyone. Hope you enjoyed a completely content-free instant character. Barack Obama's swearing-in ceremony in 2009, it was 28 degrees out there. Biden was sworn in 4 years ago at 42 degrees.
Come on, man.
Hey, man. That's my Biden. That's all I have for that. So 600 people in the rotunda. It can only hold... Trump said it will hold various dignitaries and guests. He was not specific as to who's going to be there.
People
would be there. The people, good people, only the best people allowed in. 100, and he said he's going to do a few acoustic numbers. This was exciting.
Oh, okay.
Trump said that.
Well, I bet the acoustics in there are terrible.
Oh my gosh, yes. You think a sound guy would be complaining? And let's not go off into sound guy humor because it's only going to appeal to you and me and about 5 musicians.
Only going to make it worse.
I dropped a DI box in the front in case you wanted to dig acoustic. Oh, look at Craig. He's not enjoying it.
I don't get that.
Yeah. It's a whole deal. Just go with SM58s and be done with it. I mean, it's not. People aren't going to hear
but I
any
brought
different.
my own.
We don't need condensers. I don't want to run phantom power up here.
Is that the same thing as sunrise pickups and 10-gauge boomers?
No, it's none of that. It's none of that. What was I? Oh, Trump is going to be he's going to be being sworn in
It's well
on
newscast.
two Bibles. Two Bibles.
A Bible.
Yes,
And
a
the
Bible and the Bible. Those are the two Bibles I'm just going to use. No, it's the stack of Bibles, which is a little childish. I think Obama did this too, when you use two Bibles to be sworn in, because that way you're being sworn in on a stack of Bibles. So you're telling the extra truth. But Trump is using his childhood Bible that he got for graduating something in his Presbyterian, I don't know, school when he was a kid.
Confirmed
I think his
something?
parents gave it to him.
Okay.
And also Abraham Lincoln's Bible, the Bible that Abraham Lincoln was sworn in on. And Obama used that same Lincoln Bible, I think, for his second inauguration.
There's Trump's first inauguration. Looks like he did it then, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those two Bibles are there,
One
or
looks
what
like a
those
box
two
of
books are.
chocolates,
The
doesn't
bottom,
it? Yeah, or
the bottom one looks like it's a,
Methodist hymnal. Looks to me like.
which would be weird. 176 animals have been flown here to North Texas from L.A. to make room for the wildfire victims' pets. And we're trying to alleviate some of the overcrowding in their shelters out there, so moving them out here, where we also have overcrowded shelters. But 2 cargo planes landed in Fort Worth yesterday afternoon, packed with the evacuees from Southern California. 161 dogs, 15 cats. Welfare groups from California, like Paws for Life Canine Rescue, they rushed to pull the shelter, the longtime pets that were in the shelters out there, and get them out here and hopefully get them adopted.
Yeah.
Bill Miller Barbecue has been ordered to pay $2.8 million over dangerously hot barbecue sauce.
Huh.
Temperature?
Yeah, this 19-year-old woman from San Antonio was served sauce that gave her a second-degree burn.
Wow.
Happened in May of 2023. She ordered breakfast tacos with barbecue sauce, and the sauce container was so hot that when she grabbed it from the bag, she dropped it onto her leg and caused second-degree burns. And the sauce was 189 degrees, according to the lawsuit. And this jury ruled in favor of her, and now the restaurant chain, I think they got about 70 locations, was ordered to pay her $2.8 million, $900,000 for past and future medical anguish, physical pain and impairment, $25,000 paid for her medical expenses, and $1.9 in punitive damages. It's like that McDonald's hot coffee case, except that hot coffee case was something that I was wrong about, as well as millions of Americans who laughed about it and thought, oh, this is stupid. I served coffee too hot. You spill it on yourself, and you see this is over litigious society, all that stuff. I was right there with Americans with the knee-jerk reaction, and then you read about that case and you realize, oh, no, it was a lot more. The injuries were gruesome to the senior citizen woman that it happened to, and you found that McDonald's was violating their own policies at the time, serving it way hotter than was recommended because they could keep it longer. It was a money thing. So, yeah, my apologies to the McDonald's woman. Here, some 25 years after
I made a comment earlier
the fact.
tonight.
All right, and what can Brazilian women do with their legs? Or no, Turkish women, that's what I said. A Turkish woman has set a world record. She squashed 5 watermelons within 60 seconds using only her thighs.
Wow.
Man.
Could you squash one watermelon
No.
with your thighs? Yeah, they released a video of her doing this. Guinness World Records did. She's sitting between 2 rows of watermelon. She grabs them one at a time, crushing them between her thighs, and then cleaning up the mess between her thighs before continuing. She's the first person to earn this distinction of using thighs to smash the most watermelons in 60 seconds.
Ticket stock?
Love to have her there.
Yeah.
Smash!
Of course, I got to
Month.
fly her in from Turkey, though.
Yeah, it's all right.
You want to see a woman
Yes,
smash
that's incredible.
watermelons with her thighs. Birthdays today. Buzz Aldrin. Some
Wow.
old F is 95 years of
Boy,
age.
he's
Damn.
really old now.
95. And that was one of the biggest thrills of my life, was sitting next to Buzz Aldrin. I was on the phone here with you guys. It was when I was working for Channel 11 in town, and they flew me up to New York to cover the maiden voyage of a cruise ship.
I remember that.
And there are all these celebrities on there. I played basketball with Robert Urich, which sounds exactly
Yeah.
like a Clarence Murphy story, and I know it. Captain Steubing, met him. But anyway, when I was calling in to the morning show, sitting next to me, 2 phones away, well, after I started talking to you, was Buzz Aldrin.
Dang.
And I was that celebrity impressed me more than anyone else, because I sat there and my boyhood self was saying, that guy right there walked on the moon.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Baby.
Yeah, but Gavin McLeod piloted the Love
No,
Boat.
he was
for
an
God's
actor, and
sakes.
that's all he was. Another American treasure, Dolly Parton, turned 79 yesterday, but I wanted to mention it today.
Okay.
Paul Stanley
Melons.
from Kiss, 73. Bill Maher is 69. Rainn Wilson from The Office is 59. Questlove, the drummer for The Roots,
Yeah.
is 54. Kevin Parker, 39, singer from Tame Impala. Frank Caliendo is
Right.
51.
Oh.
Mark Stepnoski, 58.
Number
Greatness.
53.
And Nick Foles, 36. You up to date?
All right, Gordo, thanks. That's me.
Patreon.com/SportsGreek.
All right, the Cowboys' search for a head coach continues, so we thought this morning here on the program we would get the latest from the man conducting the search. Joining us now is the Cowboys owner and GM, Jerry Jones. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Good
Morning.
to talk to you this fine Monday morning.
Morning.
Our coaching search is going really well. I've been interviewing some really exciting candidates so far. I've interviewed Charlotte and Stephen, and now I'm picking up Jerry Jr. early from school today and interviewing him. He's wanting to go to Basker and Robinson's ice creams. And, of course, I didn't want to interview him, but I have to do it to satisfy the gene rule.
The Gene rule.
Yeah. Got to interview all the kids for every position, but that's just the way it goes.
Okay.
Man.
Well, and we understand you have an interview today as well, right?
I do. I'm interviewing Leslie Frazier today, taking Leslie to a nice steakhouse. It's got a great restroom for photo ops. But quick question to my 2 sports experts here on the line with me.
Okay.
I haven't had time, really, to read my dossier on Leslie. Is she hot? Was she a good sideline reporter? I mean, is there potential there?
It's not Leslie Visser. This is, Leslie Frazier, defensive coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
he's a he.
where did him coach last?
Well, he's bounced
yeah.
all around the NFL. He was a head coach in Minnesota.
Okay, does he have any Cowboys ties so that he understands it's a family business, a dysfunctional family business?
Not really, no.
Well, he needs to learn that everything goes through me, personnel, bathroom breaks, cheerleader laundry, everything has to go through the GM and owner.
Yeah, I imagine word's gotten to him that it's all about you.
I like the thing you just said.
Hey, we heard Saturday you had an interview with Robert Saleh. How'd that go?
I did. Interviewed Robert Saleh on Saturday. Impressive young man. Very impressive young man. Did you know that his parents was from Lebanon?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes.
I don't know that will work out. I don't know if I want to hire, because them people are violent. Pennsylvania's
Well,
violent
Okay, well,
place.
he grew up in Michigan, so I don't.
Oh, it wasn't Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Okay. All right, gotcha. He grew up in Michigan. That's confusing.
Why?
how many Pennsylvanians grew up in Michigan? I don't.
No, he's not
Okay,
Pennsylvania.
He's not Pennsylvanian.
He's Lebanese and grew up in Michigan.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. Well, then I'll put him back on the list here.
Okay.
We also understand that you interviewed Kellen Moore over the weekend. How did that go?
We did, and I are. I did interview him, and we had a Zoom meeting with Kellen. It didn't quite go as well as I wanted it to. I had high hopes for that interview, but he was really distracted with his play toys the whole time, and I was having a hard time figuring out how to make my Zoom machine work. And so all in all, it was a disaster. And let me just say, additionally, and in addition to,
Okay.
that I sure hope the audio of our Zoom meeting never gets out. Because I'm a bit worried that we have a mole out here at Valley Ranch Star.
Oh, gosh.
I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm trying to run this down. I heard that the audio of my exit interview with Mike McCartney got leaked to a local station. And if I ever find out which station aired it, I'm going to sue the pants off of them.
Oh, no.
They will never work in this town again. And I feel that for sure I can get them fired, and I will. But if I can't get them fired, I will get them demoted. They do it a 4.5-hour show, I'm going to get them demoted down to 3 hours. All right, they're going to learn their lesson. I ain't kidding around. We need some cipher security up here at the Star.
Cipher security. Well,
we'll look into it.
Yeah, we haven't heard about that, but we'll let you know.
All right.
Hey, how about the Dion deal? Is that still a possibility?
Well, Craig, I think that
George.
my hopes of a Dion deal coming through and Dion coming here to coach they're kind of fading. I hate to say it because I think that'd be a really sexy pick. I always enjoyed his body when I would shower with the team, and but I just he wants to coach. He just has a lot of demands. Dion's high maintenance.
Oh,
high maintenance.
Well, like with what?
He's kind of like Gene in that way. But, he wants to coach from a solid gold diamond-encrusted golf cart on the sideline. That's a little weird. If Dion comes here, I've also got to hire his sons, Shadur, Shiloh, and Abednego. Or whatever the names are.
Shadur and Shiloh. They play football.
The last thing we need at the Star is another dysfunctional family.
Yeah, I think we all agree about that.
But we're going to do our best. We're going to get this position filled soon, and the Cowboy fans are going to be real excited about it. So have a good one. Good morning.
All right, good luck. There goes Jared.
We used to do this bit, Matt, when I was on Bob and Dan. And there was one time when we had MLK Day, and they were celebrating something at the MLK. I'm trying to remember if that was Juneteenth or MLK Day. But we did our show from the MLK Center in South Dallas. So we would try and have our own type of celebrations for MLK on the show. And I can remember doing a, hey, why the hell do you have the day off kind of quiz to where we would have questions about MLK, just trying to understand why you had the day off and why it was glorious for us this morning, traffic-wise, because I left my house a little late and got here in perfect time.
It's fantastic. Christmas traffic.
Yeah, it was. It was. I don't think
it's incredible.
I don't think I got under 70.
No, I don't know that I got under 75.
Boy, I don't think so. It was glorious to get here this morning. It is. And although a lot of people do have the day off, and I always say and hear people say this a lot, and I think the older I get, the truer it rings in my head, as far as a day of reflection on why you have the day off. And I know we learned a lot about MLK in school, and we learned a ton. We would have some of the Black History Month and all that. It's probably the single figure in school that I learned the most about. You learn about different events and people, but just extensively about MLK. And we learned a ton about him. Went to Atlanta when I was in the 4th grade to visit his church and everything about that. And just this day of reflection, man, just knowing and thinking about it. And I do this a lot, and I think it's a good thing, and I think it's going to happen the older you get. You're just a generation removed from things being pretty effed up around here.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up. Generation removed, meaning that my parents had to go through that. Couldn't eat at a counter because of the way they looked. couldn't use the bathroom in the same bathroom because of the way they look. I only had to go to the fair on one day just because of all that. And how far it's come since then, but how much further you have to go. And I think sometimes a lot of younger people who are able to do whatever the hell they want and make money however the hell they want, I think it gets lost on them at times, the struggle and how they are kind of riding the coattails of the people who had to sacrifice the ultimate to try to make that thing happen. I don't know. I probably talk about this every year, but I can't sometimes wrap my head around the fact that the government had to get involved and sign an act, a law, so people could try to treat people the right way. Like, that trips me out. And because you put ink on the paper, everyone said, oh, no, you're right. We'll treat everyone equally and everything will be fine just because you said it. And that's not how it works. And no one was trying to take over. Like, people like Martin Luther King and everyone around was trying to fight for equality. Just give us the same thing and everything will be fine. That's all you're asking for. And just the resistance of that, man. So I think that gets lost. And while we will have our celebration and we'll have fun doing it, because I think sometimes you could, and you know what, we'll celebrate my favorite Martin at 11:30, just to pull the curtain back. But it's just some different little things that you can do to just have the awareness out and the realization about how things are so different now than back then. Because I just don't know if a dude like MLK came around now, there's no way it would hit the same way that it did in the 60s. They needed that guy. And just think about the enormous pressure on him, that he had a race of people just please say and do something so everything or things can just get a little better around here. And I couldn't imagine that burden on anyone. And just seeing what this day is all about now and how it's celebrated, and people have the day off and it's a national holiday, that it is so important and so imperative for people to just kind of sit back and reflect on that a bit. I used to scoff at people when they said that earlier. And now the older I get, the more it is about that. Because this is a trip, man. I used to get so mad when I would watch movies that concern the 50s and the 60s, 1950s and 1960s, because that is squarely in the wheelhouse of my parents growing up and what they had to do. And I would talk to them, and they talked me off the ledge. Hey, calm down, calm down. Yep, we had to do that, but that was the way of life back then. And they worked really hard to try and give everybody different opportunities so they can have it better than they had it. And I think that's every generation's responsibility, I feel. That you need to go out there and try to work to make people that's coming on after you have it better than what you had it. And I think our parents did a good job at that. Hopefully my generation is doing a good job at that, and that continues to move the needle down the way. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all preachy. I'm sorry.
No, man. We like it. It's good.
It's just the things that you need to do, I think, on this day to not just, oh man, I have the day off so I don't have to wake up and eat some oatmeal and do all this other stuff, and I'm just kicking it because I have my day off. And it's just a true meaning behind this that I think as the years go on, I think it gets lost because things aren't the way they were. They really aren't. But they aren't the way they should be. And I think a lot of people I don't think they're hip to that fact. I'm done.
I think it's true, though, because as time goes by, you see this with a lot of historical events and the way throughout the course of history that are so impactful and the timing of when those happened to change things from, like you're talking about, your parents having experienced that's just what life was. And even once that act was signed, it's not like it just went away. And like, oh, okay, everything's great now.
No, we're fine. We signed it in the law.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we'll respect all the laws and we'll be fine.
And it is, I think, when you have an opportunity to talk to some of those people that are alive, that are alive right now, that are still alive, because younger people who maybe now don't have a connection, I think there's an idea, you mean in the Civil War? That was a long time ago. No. Not the 1860s.
I know, 19.
The 1960s.
A generation ago. And,
right.
a lot of things are focused on the act of slavery and what it was. Right. And, you got to get over it. And you hear people just leaning on that. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's a long time ago. I'm talking about a generation removed where my parents were just judged before they opened their mouths. They were judged by the way they looked right when they walked in the door. And then some of those doors they couldn't even walk in. My parents. And then some people's grandparents. You are not that far removed from things being pretty jacked up. And you're working really hard to try and forget that. But there's a little bit of sprinkling of evidence that happens every now and then that should knock sense into a lot of people. But I don't think it does. And a lot of people now that are really benefiting from everyone before opening doors and trying their best to make a better life, I just think it gets swept under the rug. And this is what days like this are about. It's about that reflection. And I think it's hit me hard as the years go on. Yeah, I'm happy to have a day off. I'm thrilled that traffic was light, that I got here at 15, 16 minutes instead of 35, 40 minutes. That's great. But it's not about that. It's just about trying to make sure that we don't fall back into some of those times where it feels like, man, there are some lines that are being crossed where you are hesitant saying, oh my gosh, here we go again. And we just can't let that happen. And days like this, days like Juneteenth, and other days where you can, Memorial Day, all those days are days of reflection to think about what happened before so you cannot make those mistakes so it can happen again. So I hope everyone is having a great MLK Day and they can celebrate that. And I hope that the reflection and the thought about the people that laid down their lives so this world can be a better place, and those people are being thought about.
Thank you, Tip Sheet, and thank you, MLK, on his day. I know this doesn't affect you fellas in there too much, but it sure did affect me. We had the TikTok ban go into effect for a few hours this weekend.
Whoa!
But on Sunday, TikTok said it would be restoring service to U.S. users after blocking it the evening before. Now, if you're me, you took this as an opportunity to better yourself, to turn over a new leaf, and to delete TikTok completely off of your phone.
Really?
Cold turkey, huh?
Cold turkey. Now, when it came back on the next
you immediately
day,
got it?
Well, I'm unable to because it's no longer in the App Store. Because let me tell you what sucks, fellas. Instagram Reels, garbage. Hot, stinky garbage.
Isn't it the same thing?
It's not at all.
What's the difference?
Well, first of all, so it took me 4 years to get my TikTok For You page to know who I am. I built it brick by brick. It's taken a lot of effort, a lot of time of scrolling videos. I'm at the base level of Instagram, and it really, really thinks I'm either from India or somewhere in the South Pacific.
Well, it takes time. If you haven't been on it in a while, it takes time for the algorithm. TikTok didn't get it right the first day.
It was so much closer than this. Half of the videos are in languages I do not know.
Patience. And once you get your algorithm right, you'll be fine.
Watch my nuts. How long am I supposed to listen to these videos that I'm cool and I want to learn about other cultures, but I do need to be able to understand what they're saying.
That would help tremendously.
Right? Because I don't know. I feel like it's like an inside joke that I have.
Interesting.
I don't even know who you are yet, and you're telling me an inside joke. That's what I feel like I'm experiencing.
So if you
Reels.
watch it, then it thinks you like it, right? And so it repopulates it?
I feel like the longer you watch it, it thinks you like it. So if you start consistently scrolling up, they'll say, all right, well, this is something I definitely don't want to watch.
And Instagram for the past 2 days has been, I think you're wrong, bud. Let me just resend you these videos again.
Right.
It's every other video.
I know. It is amazing how quickly the information is gathered to where it's going to, all right, I think we know you and what you like and what you want to watch. So,
I
think I told you guys what Instagram thinks of my algorithm, right?
Well, you had
you
it
just
on
want to see a
one
bunch
day.
of nudes?
No. Not nudes.
And it's Vegas stuff.
girls with butts, but
Yeah.
it's not nudes.
Oh, okay, but they have clothes on.
Yes, yeah.
And then
What kind of person do you think I am?
Mine is all. I don't even know how to describe married couple. Like you're.
like people you know.
No, it's just like random videos that people send of. Your husband does this all the time, or whatever.
Yeah, and
'Cause I
if
send
you,
those to.
I'm sorry, if you
Yeah.
get a lot of, and you just check it out for 15 or 20 seconds, now they're saying, "Oh, that's what you want."
He likes this.
There's this. I guess it's a few people that will go on tour and they're just giving out like relationship advice and
A lot
all
of
that.
those.
So you watch one video and then every third one, like why are they experts?
Right.
When did they get the PhD in giving me advice about my relationship?
Now, see, that I like. That's all great because it's taking into account what I viewed, what I like, what I watched, and then spitting out more stuff like that.
It takes time,
that's
Travis.
That's not what's going on with Zuck and his stupid Instagram because it really doesn't care that I'm trying not to watch those videos. It keeps giving me the South Asian and Indian videos.
I get a lot of
You're
videos.
a real
with
jerk. You're a real
penguins.
jerk. Instagram.
You get a lot of what?
Videos with penguins.
Oh,
because they all get married and stay with their partner for life and stuff. So it has all these funny little quotes on them. Or there's one that's like a little animated thing that
Penguins are heinous animals.
yeah, and the animation of it.
see,
is
look
kinda
at
different.
that. It's either Charles Barkley or some girl shaking a rump.
How'd you get to that?
Send me that second one.
It's just seriously. That's all it is. Go look at that right there. Look at that.
Weird. Well, what'd you go to get to that part? See,
On
here's-
Instagram?
That's
What did you type
penguin
in?
right there? Like
Oh,
a
just
little-
go to search.
Send me the link.
Oh, you hit search.
And then you'll just kind of go up. Oh, there's a
Giant boobed woman on mine.
No way. The next one will
'cause
be
it's-
beer. Yeah.
No,
She got
yeah.
the whole package.
There's a lot of that.
A lot of the boobs or the beer.
The beer.
Oh, it has to be a lot of beer on yours.
It's not about the boobs because it shows a guy after that, so it's obvious that they're doing something about husband-wife thing.
Oh, okay. So that's the thing about my Instagram is I think I follow like 2 people on there. I've never really used Instagram. So it really, but it's connected to Facebook, and
It is.
Although I haven't really used Facebook in like 6 years, so it thinks I'm 26
And
again.
any video that has someone narrating what a dog is doing
oh my god,
is in my algorithm.
Send
and I
those to
love
me.
those.
Send me those reels because I need to populate.
Okay, maybe
my-
you need to.
Yeah.
You need to cleanse.
Right.
I watch a lot of
I'll
random
help you
clips
out.
of comedy.
I do too.
Like I get a lot of Shane Gillis or old Norm Macdonald bits, which are hilarious, and,
Yeah.
and like Weekend Update stuff. I see a lot of that.
Our comedians may be a little different, but I get a lot of comedian reels also.
Which is great.
TikTok said that its video platform was coming back online after President-elect Donald Trump provided the necessary assurances to the company's service providers. So in an agreement, they put out a statement, in an agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties, providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans.
I'm trying to remember
Crazy.
the last time something had a hold of the public like this one, because that's all I saw.
I saw a
on
ton of it. I
Saturday.
know. I was like, man, y'all don't have something else to do?
That was it.
No, turns out not.
That is amazing.
I thought I was going to go full bore into this new world, and about 2 minutes later, I downloaded Instagram, and then 2 minutes later, I tried to re-download TikTok. It's a sad time. I can access it on TikTok.com on like Chrome, but it doesn't scroll right.
Oh,
It's
sorry, buddy.
It's a bummer.
So sorry.
This Saturday show's audio is really going to suffer from here on out. A Dallas company has raised $200 million for a Jurassic Park-style effort to bring back the woolly mammoth. So this is a Dallas-based company, Colossal Biosciences, announced Wednesday that it's raised the $200 million in Series C funding to bring back the woolly mammoth, the dodo, and the thylacine, also known as a Tasmanian tiger. Since launching in September 2021, Colossal has raised $435 million in total funding, and this latest round of capital places its company at around $10.2 billion valuation. They said their teams, which consist of 170 scientists and partners with labs in Boston, Dallas, and Melbourne, have made significant breakthroughs on all of their 3 main projects and is on schedule and even ahead of schedule to resurrect these animals.
What are we doing?
We're bringing back the dodo.
For what?
Let's check it out, see what it's got going on.
To see if it can destroy all of us.
I feel like there's a series of documentaries on why this is a bad idea.
There is.
There are.
Everyone I've seen.
So the mammoth, they want to put it in like Siberia because of the permafrost problems, is they need something to tamp down all that ice. That's what I heard anyway. The dodo, I don't know. The thylacine, I feel like bringing back a carnivorous animals
a
tough.
Tarzanian tiger.
We're in the trust tree here, right?
Yeah, dude. It's just us.
No one's going to judge what I'm about to say.
Nah.
No.
For a long time, I thought it was Willie Mammoth.
Oh, no.
Willie Mammoth.
The hell of a name for the cartoon.
It's Willie.
Oh, Willie.
It's Willie.
Oh, Willie Mammoth.
It took a long time before. It's not Willie.
Me and my friend snuffle up, I guess.
I know now. I'm just saying, trust tree.
How old were you?
I remember
Were
when
you paying bills?
You were 45 and still thought I existed.
Were
you a big dog?
Willie Mammoth.
I'm just saying, it took a while for me to figure it out. But now I know.
Now, it's Wooly.
It's Wooly. Oh, yeah. I know now.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I thought his name was Willie. What up, Willie?
You thought they were all named Willie?
Like they all have the same name.
Man, a Willie
It's
Mammoth.
like George Foreman and his
What
kids.
name?
It's Willie.
What name?
What's up, Willie? It's Willie.
That's Willina over there.
It's Willie.
Progresso has launched what they're calling Soup Drops, a hard candy that's soup you can suck on.
No,
what?
Gross.
Progresso
What?
celebrating National Soup Month by reimagining the classic comfort food. They launched their first ever, quote, soup you can suck on, a savory lozenge that captures the taste of Progresso traditional chicken noodle soup.
Who the hell wants that
That's
in candy
disgusting.
form?
That is nasty.
Are we going to have the little chunks of celery and carrot and all that in it also?
Each drop has
little noodle.
flavors of broth, chicken, vegetables, soft egg noodles, and a hint of parsley.
Out.
So they're designed as a portable alternative to the classic meal. The drops come in packages. They have a can that it comes in, so you get the can. And you do get a free can of soup as well, regular soup, normal soup. And it contains 20 individual wrapped soup candies.
What a weird slogan, too. Hey, man, what is that? Oh, it's soup you can suck on. I mean, why does anybody want to do that?
Well, it's like the when they came out with the like drinkable soup can thing, only in candy form. Just trying to make soup a little bit more
soup.
Soup on the go,
It's
dude.
not Starburst soup. Who wants that? That is terrible.
What if they put out a gazpacho and it's just like a cold tomato soup flavor that you're just sucking on?
Well, it's all going to be cold because it's a hard candy.
Well, true, it is.
Candy is supposed to taste good.
Right? You don't like soup? Soup tastes good.
Like you
Not
pop-
in candy form.
Why not?
If I think I'm popping a lifesaver or something.
Well, you're not. You're buying a can of soup candy.
So if I'm sick,
Right.
instead of making a can of soup, you could just give me the hard candy?
Yes, suck
it's
on
soup
some
you can
soup
suck
candy.
on.
That's terrible.
What is that, cream of mushroom?
Are you sniffing it so
God.
hard?
Can you imagine? Because people will be going out together and they'll lean in for a kiss. Like, oh, cream of mushroom, is it?
Oh, a little tomato bisque.
And then she gets it out of your mouth and you have cream of mushroom mouth together. You know what I'm saying?
Gross. Well, starting January 16th, you were able to exclusively buy the soup drops at progressosoupdrops.com.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to have to try this, right?
I was going to say, we're
Yeah.
getting some for the show.
Just a sip.
Just the soup.
Jeez.
It's 10:49. It's the invasion.
But we need to check up with a friend of ours
We do.
because I wasn't aware of this. I guess our friend EA is struggling a little bit. He wasn't at work yesterday. He produces the Mark Elfenbein show Sunday mornings.
Of course,
and a lot of
7 to 9,
times,
yeah.
a lot of times he'll stick around for some whip, help the boys out if they need some help. Just a team player. You know, they might not need him for anything. They might need him for something or everything.
And you have Mavs Magazine or whatever we run on Saturday.
Mavs Beat, sir.
Mavs Ranch.
Okay. Mavs Ranch. With
You'll
EA.
never get Mavs Beat off Saturdays, so stop trying.
Huh. Interesting. EA was supposed to be part of that too, but
Touche.
he's dealt with an affliction.
Yes.
Struggling.
So
Gout?
On the Diamond Factory ticket hotline right now. Yes, Lando. Gout. It's EA.
Hello, folks. How are you doing?
Hi, EA.
Hey, man.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot.
Creighton.
Hey. I love the Sweet Spot.
Okay, so what's going on, buddy? How's the hoof?
The hoof isn't doing well right now. It is gout. I figured out that it is the gout. I've been afflicted with it. And for about an entire week, I was pretty much bedridden.
Okay. So
I don't know. My left foot, I don't know what happened, but last Sunday, started feeling some kind of little pain in the ankle area. I was like, all right, whatever. But then by Monday, it started getting severely worse. And then by Monday night, I barely could put any weight on it. By Tuesday, I was literally stuck in bed for about 2 days.
Is this the same foot as E-ankle? Or is that both of them?
Yes. Well, I mean, technically, yes. There's over my ankles, so yes. But I don't know what happened. It was so bad that I had to get someone to move this office chair into my room so that I could roll it to the bathroom to go use the bathroom.
Oh, my God. Man. And so you said you self-diagnosed this gout?
Well, this has been happening on and off for me for the last 5 years and so, and usually it would go away after 2 days and I'd be fine, but this is the most severe form of it. And I was like, what is going on? I didn't like hurt it or anything, so I just looked up online what's going on, and the most common answer I kept getting back was gout.
It kind of sounds like AIDS too.
That could be it. That yes, I know, but I don't do those things.
What is that?
You
don't do AIDS things?
Yeah. I don't do the AIDS.
But those are the most fun things.
Probably smart, EA. You know that they call gout the rich man's disease because it's associated with those in the higher pay scale eating too much like meats and having too much alcohol like brown drink or whiskey. Have you been overindulging lately?
Well, here's the thing. No, because one, I don't drink really, and two, I've been losing weight, and I've lost 60 pounds, so I was really shocked when the gout came. Because I figured, I was like, when I was heavier, that made more sense, but what's going on here? But because I'm doing the keto, I'm thinking the high meats that I eat and have, keto, you're just doing a lot of low carb,
a lot of
high
protein. Sure.
Yeah, too much protein. But Wednesday was really bad. Finally, I went to the doctors, and the doctors kind of disagreed. Yeah, it's kind of gout. So they injected me with some steroids. So I'm getting better. I'm getting ripped. I'm getting better. It's not as bad, but I'm still limping like a maniac right now. It really hurts to put any kind of weight on it, but I'm doing what I can.
How many turkey legs have you had in the last couple of weeks?
None. I don't. Okay. I'm not hitting King Henry VIII. Okay.
You're not drinking mead.
No, I'm not doing that. It's not. I don't know where. I mean, I'm glad it's known as the rich man's disease. I'll take it because in the radio realm we're not that rich, so I like to pretend I'm rich.
I'm looking at some celebrities that also deal with gout, so maybe you can feel a connection to these people. Okay. EA, and maybe. I'm going to make the comparison. I don't know if you guys want to, EA. I don't know if you want to also. But Michael Jordan also has gout.
He's Michael Jordan
So
now?
maybe EA is Michael Jordan.
Kidding me?
We're linked. We've always been linked.
And you know what?
I'm greatness. He's greatness.
You know what, EA? Me and MJ, we share a birthday.
Really?
And I also, every now and again, get a gout flare-up. So look at the three of us.
Okay.
What a troika.
Okay, then. See? I like this.
So we have...
You can't spell Sean without EA.
That's true.
So at the station, we have Sean, we have EA. I know Cray Trey's dealt with it. I know Cash Soroy has dealt with it. So there's a...
What a Mount Rushmore of gout.
But it was so bad you couldn't come into work yesterday.
Oh, no. I mean, at one point, I remember I called in Thursday, and I just told Killer, I was like, I'm not going to be able to come in Sunday. There's no way. I already know. And I also came down with a fever... I also came down with a fever around the same time, so I thought I was about to die. And I don't like missing Sundays. Sundays is awesome for me. I love Elf Show, and of course I love Whip. I want to be there for the Whip guys.
Hey, you were missed this weekend for sure.
Oh, I want to be there next weekend for sure.
So it sounds like you might want to go to the doctor, EA. I'm just saying.
Oh, I did. I got the steroids.
Yeah, might want to go again.
I might. Yeah, probably. I need to go again. I need to wash out my system, get all these eucheric acid crystals out of my body.
So, are you going to the bathroom in an office chair? Is that what you said?
Yeah, well, not anymore. I can walk to the bathroom now. But yes, Tuesday and Wednesday, I was using an office chair to roll myself down to the bathroom down the hall.
And you just had to arc it into the commode?
Yeah, I kind of maneuvered myself and hopped my way into the toilet.
And like you hiked your ass like Mount Vesuvius to.
Kind of, yeah. It was very awkward peeing, but.
Well, he can just sit 5 feet away and just have it hang over
with that big old foot thing you got down there.
That's true. That is true. But
just don't get gout in that thing.
I want to say this: it's not going to prevent me because tomorrow, Turn Off Your Mics is recorded, and we're going to have a special guest tomorrow.
Okay.
And
is it Monty?
It might be Monty. We never know.
That's the Daddy.
Or the Daddy.
No, it will never be Daddy. Daddy will not be.
By the way, I thought Daddy was very unfair to you, calling you irrelevant.
Yeah, it's okay. Texas law, so suck on him.
Suck on him? I don't think I will.
All right, EA. Well, listen.
That was fun. We hope you're
stay
feeling
on the
better.
mend. I'm glad you're better, and happy MLK Day. You know.
Yes, great MLK salute.
All right, there he goes. That is EA. Ticket.
All right. He sounds in good spirits, at least. I was worried about him.
I was too.
Boy, how much would you have to be paid to eat off that office chair?
Oh.
Right now.
Oh, no.
10,000?
Why did you even bring that up? Goodness.
When you said eat, I didn't know where you were going. I was like, the price is going to be high no matter what. But yes, hopefully EA is feeling better.
Once again, the Ticket presents Why Today Doesn't Suck.
Happy birthday, by the way, Meatloaf. We forgot to wish you that at the very outset of the segment.
Yeah.
What does Meatloaf do on his birthday? What are the plans? Or are you going to save it up for the weekend?
And now, here are your hosts, Sean Bass and David Mino.
Sweet spot. We can call it a Victory Monday if we want.
R.I.P. Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Day. And at 2:58, it's a man with no gout whatsoever. He'll never get gout. It's Jay King.
Thank you so much, Mino. GiveMeTheVin.com and Eatsy's Market and Bakery gives you my brother from another brother, Justin Montemayor.
Thank you, brother.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Did y'all ever find out what Meat does on his weekend?
I don't think we did.
That sucks.
I think he died soon after that interview anyway. It didn't sound
it was like the next day.
I think he just makes a bunch of loaves.
Meatloaf.
Not you, Mr. Loaf. Not you.
Meatloaf.
What does Meatloaf do on the weekend?
Where's Bob?
Meat.
He's here. He's coming. You don't worry about him.
Didn't know if he had to fly up to D.C.
His name is Robert Paulson. There's another Meatloaf thing from Fight Club.
Is that where he had man boobs?
Yep.
Bob
He
had
BTs.
Pop.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. You might be right. He didn't sound too good right there.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The hard line pushed him over the edge.
Poor Meat.
Yeah.
Go to the light, Meatloaf. Go to the light.
That sounds like the meat that caused EA's gout.
Yeah.
Odd. Leave him alone. Let it go.
Maybe it was
more of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was too much Cowboys press box mac and cheese.
Maybe.
Or just too much ass.
Did y'all hear that he had to cut a hole into an office chair so he could use the bathroom?
Well, I think no. He just needed to use it as transportation.
Oh.
Brother.
It wasn't like some old girl.
A double usage chair.
I'm pretty sure he cut a poo hole into that thing.
Called it Albert.
Yeah. Well, there are the hard line. Corby,
the machine,
Dave, and somewhere Bob.
Bob.
As today, Dave, is Monday, January 20th, the 20th day of 2025. 345 days are left in the year on the state in 1891. At the International YMCA in Springfield, Massachusetts, we had the first official basketball game where peach baskets were used. It wasn't until 1905 that they decided to cut the bottoms of the peach baskets off.
Should go back to that. That was a better time.
Use the broom handle.
Yeah.
Like one day a year, the NBA goes peach basket.
That'd be great.
Boban has to keep getting it out.
Do you think Steph Curry would have freaked out that game? Like if he just showed up on the bench as like the sixth man?
I don't think they probably would have called him incredibly inefficient from shooting from that far. Giannis would probably have freaked him out.
Yeah, could he?
Yeah,
make
but
it
then
in a
Giannis
peach
would
basket?
get splinters in his fingers from the
true.
baskets.
From the peach basket.
He looked like Chubbs Peterson after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, all those peaches would get all over the floor.
We were close enough to that time to believing in witches that they would have determined that Steph was a witch.
I think he might be.
In 1961, in his inaugural address, President John F. Kennedy urged Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah, right.
And give us back the Panama Canal.
Right.
We're going to go to the moon. And the other thing.
Ask what I can do for some.
Hey, it's Mayor Quimby.
What?
I was going to abbreviate country.
Well, do you?
Don't.
Dave?
On this date in 1981, Iran, more specifically Ayatollah Khomeini, released 52 Americans that they had held hostage for 444 days, minutes after the presidency had passed from Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan.
Was he the Ayatollah of rock and rolla?
Dave?
Indeed, he was.
Again, totally. In 1982, this was the date in Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
Where
Means
allegedly
Des
heavy metal music man Ozzy Osbourne bit
Spanish
the
for
head
the
off a
moist.
bat on stage.
And it was a fake bat, right?
He thought it was.
Yeah, it was a real bat. He thought it was a toy bat. It was a real one.
And that is how we got COVID.
Yeah.
Family Guy
Don't
parodied
eat the
it
bat.
by having him eat a sandwich on stage.
And AIDS. All at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a monkey and a bat at the same time.
And when the monkey and the bat had their heads cut off, they made love.
On this date in 1998, Dawson's Creek premiered on the WB.
What?
Oh, Dawson.
Take your
I
shirt
think
off.
we have some audio.
I was literally today in the bathroom talking like Dawson for no reason.
Like to your ween?
Just to
Take
no
your
one.
shirt off.
To no
Wait a
one.
minute, that was you?
Let's get all the hair off those balls.
We have any promos?
I see a gray one.
I don't want to wait for it.
1998? All right, this week.
I got you, Monty.
Did you get the results of your test back?
Yeah.
Well, what'd the doctor say?
Well, he said I'm eating up with AIDS.
Oh my God, Dawson. You don't even seem to be concerned.
Hey, Kimberly, I've beaten acne. I can beat this.
Do you think that I might have it?
I don't know, but all this AIDS talk has got me horny.
Oh my God, Dawson. How can you think about sex right now?
You're right, Kimberly. I should be counting my blessings. I'm 22, hot, and I own my own creek.
Oh, Dawson, let's do it.
I knew you couldn't resist.
So instead of the sports radio station trying to figure out how to drag Dave Campo's 5-11 teams out of the gutter, I tune in and I hear Ma eating up with AIDS.
I think Gilmore Girls were my favorite, though. The
With-
two twins.
with Marco?
And Marco.
And he
giving
kept
him
calling
AIDS.
the Gilmore Girls Felicity, right? Was that part
No,
of
that
it?
was Felicity.
Yeah,
that was
that
a
was
different
Felicity.
show, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, we traded for
Same
Brad
premise.
Wilkerson. Let's hear what the ticket's saying.
Bingo.
Only AIDS can cure AIDS.
On this date in 2008, Breaking Bad, starring Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, premiered on AMC.
The rewatch? Mwah. Perfect.
So good. From day one, by the way.
Yeah.
In 2015, Hamilton premiered at the Public Theater in Lower Manhattan.
He won the
Miranda.
Then he won the home run derby there. Like, what were the odds?
Miranda.
Talking about Josh Hamilton?
Sports.
He didn't even win.
Yeah.
Justin Lin-Manuel
Miranda.
In my heart, he won. That's our Josh.
Miranda.
People's choice.
In 2016, Catherine Smith promoted by the Buffalo Bills to take over as Special Teams Quality Control Coach, making her the first full-time female coach in the NFL.
What kind of role?
That's hot.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, Meatloaf.
In 2020, the first case of coronavirus was discovered in the U.S.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Strange sushi menu.
We were still
jokes were still okay at this point. Until Tom Hanks got it, and then it was real.
And the NFL was changed forever on this date in 2021 when the Detroit Lions named Dan Campbell their next head coach. Culture would never be the same.
4 short years ago.
Inevitable Super Bowl.
Next year.
Culture is more important than how long you have to go on fourth down.
Just biting kneecaps.
Dude, don't worry about getting first downs or not turning the ball over. Culture.
Did the Commanders bite kneecaps?
No.
I think I broke Monty with all this LeBron stuff. He's so obsessed every day.
Take a chunk out of their thigh.
P1 birthdays today. This from Ryan. I'd like to wish my future nephew Parker Musk a happy birthday. He's a Steelers and Celtics fan that lives in Austin. Figure that out. Hey, Justin, please wish my son Daniel a belated happy birthday. He turned 39 yesterday. Thanks, from 12-Step Ruben.
Good dude.
Yeah.
And hi, Monty. Please wish a happy 38th birthday to P1 Caleb with a K.
It's important.
Our Sunday
Caleb
mornings and the 30 things that can fill a Corby top 5. Drop DJ Davey from Ron. Turning 61 today, Ozzie Guillen.
He bit the head off of a bat.
Nope, that's Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, sorry.
Also turning 61 today, Ron Harper.
Quality.
Turning 58, Mark Stepnoski.
Mark.
Likes the weed, man.
Jalen Rose
Who
is
doesn't?
51.
Don't judge me.
The fact that Stepnoski went from 280 to 148.
He looks like Ham.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I want Ham to go the other way.
Is Normal still out there? They still doing stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you want Ham to look like Cooper Beebe?
How long would it take?
I just want him to look like Mark Stepnoski in the 90s.
I think they're hanging the Mission Accomplished banner at this point.
You would think.
Like, is it possible to put 200 pounds on Ham?
I could do it.
If you laid on him.
200 pounds.
Got to roll around on Ham for a while.
Let Monty throw a leg on him.
Yeah, I could throw what's left of my leg on him for a bit when he gets on the scale. Ray Caruth, also 51 today.
Oof.
Ken Hamlin, 44.
Cowboy.
Where is Ray? He got out.
Where's Ray Caruth?
He got out, right?
Yeah, he got out in 2018.
Is he still
Did
with
he have
us?
his pregnant girlfriend dead in his trunk or something?
Yes, he had her killed, I think, at her house.
Yeah.
Or was it a car? Car.
Yeah, she was a big
Car
girl.
house.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Car house, final answer.
Baby
house.
Caruth. Jason Richardson, 43.
Ugh.
Why do you hate Jason Richardson?
Dude, he was mean.
Like, to you personally?
Just to people.
I'm going to need to know more about Corby's problems with dunk contest champions. I need to hear about you and Fred Jones one day.
Is that your Super Bowl trick, Justin? Is you could just name slam dunk champions?
Giovanni Soto, 42.
Former Ranger.
Catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles, 36.
Foles ain't
not
an
an
option.
Isn't an option.
Now I know why Corby's so testy. Turning 27 today, Francis Tiafoe.
Oh,
yes.
Frankie T. Don't know where you're headed.
No one's
young
better
man.
on love than him.
How'd he do in
He's headed to the
Australia?
Dallas Open. Is where
He
he's
is.
headed.
That's right.
He'll be picking games with us next week.
Yeah, and then Isner. Tyler Hero, 25. J.J. McCarthy, 22.
Did he compete in Indian Wells, Corby?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Turning 95 today, Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. Who wanted this?
Dude. Who wants
Some old F.
I think you can say that again about space now, as of a couple hours ago.
I don't know. He said he wants to go to Mars.
That's true.
Tomorrow.
He's already been to Uranus.
Hey.
Paul Stanley, 73.
But we've renamed Mars America.
Every planet's America.
Except for Uranus.
Neptune,
He wants to keep that one.
America.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, let's keep that pure.
All of Andromeda. Bill Maher, 69.
Maha.
Lorenzo Lamas, 67. Turning 60 today, Will Wright. He created the Sims games. Rainn Wilson, 59.
What's he doing?
Legend.
The Office
Collecting
stuff.
them Dwight books.
Yeah.
The Shroot
Bucks.
I would imagine he's doing quite well after The Office has been sold like 8 times in syndication.
Probably weekly declining interviews to go on that Office podcast that Pam does.
Yeah.
Stacey Dash, 58. Questlove, 54.
Greatness.
If
All
you're
right,
wondering why Ham's not here today, Evan Peters is 38. He played Jeffrey Dahmer in that Jeffrey Dahmer show.
The show about Jeffrey Dahmer.
So Ham went to the motherland,
He had to go
to Milwaukee.
He wanted to rewatch it. We need the day
off.
Yeah.
Joey Badass is 29. Born on this day, now dead. DeForest Kelly, who played Bones on Star Trek. George Burns.
I'm a doctor.
The great George Burns.
Was he?
He was. Go watch Oh God Book 2.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Boogaloo.
Also born on this day, now dead. Johnny Oates. Sorry.
26.
John. Born on this day, now dead. David Lynch.
Wow, he almost made it.
Almost. And born on this day, now dead, the New York financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, that's what he's best known for.
New
Dead.
York financier.
Dead on this day, still dead. Audrey Hepburn.
Just a financial genius that guy was.
Etta James. And dead on this day, still dead, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Wood.
Man. You killed him, Corby.
Yeah, the last thing he did on this earth was talk to Corby. He got called Buddy.
And
that's why I say he isn't sorry.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye, Justin.
Jim's lying.
Bye, Ford.
Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy.
And here's Dave.
Thank you. Happy Inauguration Day, everybody.
Music, yeah.
So,
Music.
there we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh. There we go. I was hearing Troy Aikman in my ears.
Here's Flashlight.
Now music. And
we're working on it.
Okay.
All right. So Donald Trump, he was sworn in today as the 47th president of the United States. He had his Make America Great Again victory rally last night. Thank you. There we go.
You're welcome. There it is.
At which you had Kid Rock playing several songs. You had Lee Greenwood singing God Bless the USA.
Kill me.
And, of course, you had the appearance of the Village People. And so the Village People, Victor Willis, the cop, is the only remaining original member.
Are they all dead?
I don't know if they're all dead.
How old is the cop now? He's got to be 80.
I don't know. He's probably in his late 60s, early 70s, right?
How old were they in 1976 when all this was going down?
Let's see, Victor Willis.
73.
Okay.
73. Okay, so yeah, among the village people, you have the cowboy, the policeman, the construction worker, the Native American, the biker, and the soldier. And
Soldier? There was a
like a
soldier in
GI.
that one?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
And now you can add a seventh member, the businessman.
Huh.
As they were performing, and then Donald Trump took the stage, and he was right in the middle doing his
double fisty
dance.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was an honorary member of the Village People.
Are you guys with me that, like, he really likes YMCA? Okay?
Yeah. I don't know if he knows any deep cuts.
No. Are you saying...
I don't know if he knows Macho Man.
Are you saying his Spotify year in review would be fun?
Yes. Like, I would pay thousands and thousands of dollars. Because my take is he knows 5 songs. Not like 5 songs that came out this year. I mean, like
5 songs ever
that
in the
have
history of music
that have ever been made.
Does he know Van Halen?
No.
I in fact, I feel like when here's something you guys didn't watch. When he and Bryson DeChambeau played that round of golf on YouTube, the Breaking 50, I feel like Bryson asked DT what his favorite music is. And I feel like we got
Sinatra.
We got nothing but Sinatra and like what you said earlier. The opera,
the opera from Step Brothers.
Yes. What was that song called? I feel like he went to both of those. I think those were both in his answer.
Like, I think the only songs that he
loves
can name
anything that he hears at Olive Garden
ever made is YMCA, God Bless the USA, Sinatra, My Way in New York, and then like the Macarena. And that's it.
Portivolare.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I mean, not that that's not, I'm sure he knows more than most.
No, he has other things to worry about.
How many times have you been president?
So
he can't
far,
be
none.
just listening to music all the time, Corby.
But I know, he can't go see random bands at Greenville dive bars.
Right.
Yeah, if America wanted to elect somebody who's been to more shows than them, they would come to you.
All right, I'm here.
Now, his swearing in took place in the Capitol Rotunda because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a lot of luminaries. There were, I guess, only maybe room for like 1,000 people, roughly, in the Rotunda. Those that made the cut: Joe Rogan, Dana White, Logan and Jake Paul, Conor McGregor.
Logan and Jake Paul made it?
Yeah, they were there.
McGregor?
Conor McGregor was there. Theo Vaughn.
Really?
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
Caitlyn Jenner, whose gender was just disallowed by executive order. And then you also had Carrie Underwood, who performed America the Beautiful, but they had technical difficulties that she was supposed to, I guess, play or sing to a track. I think when it was supposed to be outdoors, she was going to sing with the Armed Forces Chorus. But I guess because of capacity issues, she was going to sing to a recording of the Armed Forces Chorus, but then they had technical difficulties, so she did it a cappella and knocked it out of the park. Everyone said, chills, girl. The most viral moment of the entire occasion was from Mark Zuckerberg, because you had all the tech bros there. You had Zuck, and you had Elon, and you had Jeff Bezos. And so at one point, Zuckerberg was sitting by Jeff Bezos and Jared Kushner, and Jared is talking to Bezos, and Zuckerberg is kind of rocking back and forth, trying to get a better view of Lauren Sanchez's cleavage, Jeff Bezos' fiancée, because she was wearing basically just a bra and a suit jacket.
And dude,
pretty gutsy apparel for an inauguration, right?
Very.
A bra with a suit jacket over the top?
I mean, it's kind of awesome, and she's got a lot going on down there, too.
I'm sure Bezos paid for the best.
Yes. Well, I think she had those before they met. He may have cleaned them up a little bit. But yes, Mark Zuckerberg not being able to
with
resist.
his little fro.
Yes, not being able at the age of what now? Now we've all been there.
Him or her?
Zuckerberg.
He's early 40s?
I would say so, yeah, probably so. But like a 40-some-odd-year-old man doing the Tom Hanks from Big, like just kind of glancing down at giant boobs.
Yeah, like the Costanza. You just got to glance and then look away.
Yeah.
It's like the sun.
It's so great.
It appears she is 55, Corby.
The damsel in distress?
Yeah.
Girl? Okay. Isn't she a former newswoman?
No idea.
I believe, right? Yeah, like Miami or something like that. She definitely looks very Miami.
Jeez.
No, in a good way. Like
Univision?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Univision Weather Girl?
Yeah. Wearing a bra.
Bob's interested.
I mean.
And as promised, one of the first acts that Donald Trump took as president is signing an executive order to extend the deadline for TikTok to resolve its ownership. And so after being dark for less than 24 hours, TikTok has restored service. They said, "We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties to provide TikTok to over 170 million Americans. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States." So they have like, I don't know if it's 90 or 120 days now to figure out who they'll divest to or if they'll work some deal, work around. I don't know. Also today, this is not an official inauguration story, but Roseanne Barr has tried to insert herself back into the narrative.
Sure.
As she just posted a rap video, a pro-Trump rap video that she did with Canadian rapper Tom MacDonald. And the song is titled Daddy's Home. And so in the video, Roseanne has blonde braids, gold chains, and sunglasses. And she has a verse in the song. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to.
Okay,
I love
so
Roseanne raps.
So this is it's bookended by the chorus. So you'll hear Tom MacDonald, then the chorus, then Roseanne.
You want our freedom, come and take it back. Bet you can. We want it, you mad, it's done, too bad. Ooh, so sad. We want it, you mad, you cry, we laugh, we wave a flag.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jab. Trying to take away my right to go and say this. Well, listen up, cause this gun is going bad. With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dan? You get
Did she just say trying to turn Becky into Dan?
Yeah, a reference to the Connors.
From her show? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Hot jam.
You know what? I'm so glad she's back in the public limelight. Good for her. She's hilarious.
She has the voice of an angel.
She really does.
She
Always
really,
has.
really
Always
does.
has.
Let's see, a couple musical quick hits really quick. We talked about the Fire Aid benefit concert that's going to be going down January 30th at the Intuit Dome and the Forum in Inglewood. So originally Gwen Stefani was on the bill. Turns out it is going to be another No Doubt reunion.
Okay.
First time that they will be performing together since they got back together at Coachella 2024.
So less than a year.
Yeah, but they hadn't done it in like 10 years before that or something. And then a couple of Vegas announcements. Kenny Chesney will be
the Sphere?
The first country music act to headline the Sphere.
Do they get all trippy and stuff? And
well, I'm sure it's just going to be like 360 views of a beach or something, right?
Do country people take edibles and mushrooms?
Maybe Barefoot Nation does. He says just the idea of 4D technology and the impossibly dialed-in sound raises the experience for No Shoes Nation, immersing them in music, visuals, and sound, and being together.
Okay.
So, I mean, it'll feel like you're on the beach with Chesney, bro.
Yeah, I'm on. In.
And the Black Eyed Peas, they were supposed to kick off a residency at Planet Hollywood's PH Live on February 15th, but they released a statement saying, "To our dearest Peabodys," did you know that that's what they called their fans?
Never heard of it.
"It is with a heavy heart that, in light of current circumstances, our Las Vegas shows will not be moving forward as planned."
I wonder who wasn't able to sing or if they weren't selling any tickets.
Yeah, well, the generic current circumstances is evidently that they haven't sold hardly any tickets.
Oh, boy.
So they're making a very nebulous statement of current circumstances. So whatever you think that means, that's what it means, but it means they can't sell crap.
It means nobody cares anymore.
What's the price point?
I don't know. What would you pay to see Black Eyed Peas at Planet Hollywood?
Him? A lot. He loves them. That's all he used to talk about.
I mean, there's no Fergie anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's not in it anymore.
Oh, well.
What's she doing?
What are they trying to do?
It's just the three dudes. It's a sword fight now.
Nah, I'm not interested. All right.
We're going
to pass on that one.
Get the Steak podcast daily at patreon.com/sportsgreek.